Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. So this week's video is going to be very short due to the very long one that I did last week, and this week's video is just going to be about the symptoms. So in one of my previous videos I said that with Christopher, the reason that I found out I was pregnant or had to test that I was pregnant was because my boobs had grown a little bit bigger. So I thought I might have either been putting on weight or, pregnancy hormones had just made them bigger. So I did the test and obviously that came back positive. And I just wanted to speak about some other symptoms that I've had whilst being pregnant, whether I've been trying for a baby or I've fallen on accidentally. But either way, I'm going to take you through the first few sort of symptoms that I'd noticed and probably a couple of symptoms that you get later on down the line as well. So enjoy. So I'll start with Christopher first. My typical symptoms with him were obviously the boobs and then the spots. There would have been a missed period, but at that point, because I was on contraception, I wasn't getting regular periods anyway. So I would never have been able to tell from that. I didn't really have that many symptoms with Christopher. His was probably the best pregnancy that I had. I had backache, but I already had that before I had Christopher, and it was really, really bad. I actually think his epidural sorted it out, which is strange considering that most of the time all you hear is that the epidurals mess someone's back up. But I think it fixed mine, so anyway, that's not the point. I'll get back onto the symptoms. So with Cole, obviously after Christopher I was trying, so I was doing a test every month anyway, a couple of tests every month. But what I used to look out for, my spots were a definite thing. If I had a spot or if I had a few spots, because usually I have quite clear skin, so if I see a spot it's right, I'm probably pregnant. I mean, they do happen obviously when you come in on your period around them, but I don't tend to get as many spots on my period as I do when I'm pregnant. I just come out in spots. So that's the first sign that I usually look for. And in any normal situation, like when I was pregnant, before I was pregnant with Cole and Amelia and this one, the missed period is obviously a big sign. And that reminds me as well, a few people have asked about the ovulation and period tracker, and it is Flow, so FLO. Ovulation and period tracker, and it's a really good app. If you put all your information in, or at least most of it, you'll be able to get an accurate reading on when your next period should be, when you should be ovulating, and all sorts of things like that. So far I've mentioned your boobs getting bigger, your missed period, getting spots, and dry skin is the next thing as well, because I suffer quite bad with dry skin anyway. But when I'm pregnant, it's all the life is just sucked out of me. But this one's probably got to be the worst. So I have suffered with dry skin all throughout my pregnancies, but this time it's actually set off psoriasis, so it's all over my body rather than just on my hands or on my face. It's actually on my legs. I've got little round circles on my legs and whatever else, and it's really itchy. But I mean, I suppose I have to put up with it. What else can I do? But yeah, so that's another big sign to me is dry skin, but severely dry skin. So the biggest and most important one is probably morning sickness, which I really struggle with. With Christopher, I didn't have any morning sickness. With Cole, I had quite a lot, and it just kept getting worse every pregnancy, like everything else usually does. I remember when I actually threw up at work while serving someone one time, and that wasn't the most fun thing in the world, but luckily the lady was really understanding and had heard that I'd already said that I felt like I needed to go be sick. Anyway, I mean, the worst thing about this pregnancy is probably that I didn't notice all the signs straight away. They were all there, but because I was unsuspecting of the pregnancy, because obviously since I'm not trying and I'm actively trying not to get pregnant, that I thought that obviously I wasn't pregnant, and I had started having a bottle of wine every night or so, and I thought that for the past couple of months, well, the first couple of months, that I was just hungover every day and the alcohol was making my skin really dry, and I thought I was due on my period, so that's why I was getting spotty. Like, I could explain it all away like that, so I didn't need to think pregnancy. But yeah, I did drink through the first like 2 whole months of my pregnancy just because I didn't know. Like, I would never have done that in any other situation. And it doesn't normally take much for me to do a pregnancy test, so if I wasn't drinking, then I think I would have definitely caught out on the signs, because there'd have been no other way to explain them away. But obviously, if you add alcohol to the mixture, you get a bit of a different picture. But I was waiting to, like I say, come on my period, and the only reason that made me do the test in the first place for this pregnancy was the fact that I was like 4 days late, and my friend who I was on at the same time as the last time had been on for like 5 days, so I was just like, you know, gotta do one, and I did, and I am. So that's that. So the next thing is, I think I'll make this the last thing as well, because I've got stuff to do today, sorry guys, is that my mood swings. Now, I'm not ever the first one to notice this. My mum happens to be the first one to notice this. Like, if I'm ever in like some sort of bad mood, or I'm a bit more catty, or have less patience, or just like off emotionally, because normally I'm like quite a strong person, can put up with a lot. Especially with having, you know, all the kids, I have to put up with quite a lot, and Andy as well. But basically, it's just, she just notices. She's like, are you sure you're not pregnant? I'm like, no, I'm 100% sure I'm not pregnant. It's not possible, it's not possible. And the past 2 times she thinks me, and she's been right. I only notice it later on down the line, when I actually feel my patience getting thinner and thinner. Just like little things, like if Andy decides to sit down and play with the kids' toys or whatever, I just look at him like, what are you doing? That's really annoying. Like, he has to fidget and stuff. I don't like fidgeting, but it's not something that bothers me a lot when I'm not pregnant. It's just like when I'm pregnant, it's like everything annoys me. Nothing's too small to like get away with for me to just stay quiet about. Also, like, I don't handle situations very well, which I would probably handle a lot better in a normal day-to-day basis. But yeah, so the emotions are a big part to playing your pregnancy, and if other people can see what you like before you can, then great, listen to them, take a test, because might be you next. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stop the video anyway, because the children are getting irate and I've got stuff to do. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it'll be a bit of a better one next week. I know I've been a bit slow on whatever on this one, but I'll be back to my normal self next week hopefully, and so will my skin. So yeah, watch out for next week's video. It should be on Tuesday or Wednesday. Bye!